Johanna. Johanna. Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Junk Journal with me. So happy to be doing this video for you guys. I know this is probably some of you guys' favorite videos that I'm doing at the moment. So I asked on my Instagram account what your favorite videos were this month, and most people have been really enjoying the Junk Journal with me. So it makes me really happy because I really like filming these videos for you guys. It's so easy just to prop up my camera and then just sit down and start filming just what I would normally do. So it's kind of no extra effort to film these videos for you guys. But today I'm doing a really simple page. I've got a paper bag and I've got some packaging this is from a Subway. It's like a paper bag. It's from a children's meal. They had these cute little Mr. Men paper bags and it was clean so I could use it in my journal, and I just kept a scrap of the pattern from the paper bag. So I'm sure you guys know what Subway is, but it's just like a takeaway sandwich shop kind of. So I'm sure you guys know, but if you don't, basically you order a sandwich and you get to choose all of your own salads and all of that kind of stuff. So this was from my son's meal, and I just thought that the packet was so cute that I kept a piece of it, and I decided to use a brown paper bag along the top of the page to give me an extra pocket, and also just to kind of blend the packaging into the page as well. This card was gifted to me at some Happy Mail, and it's so pretty that I just had to keep it for myself and put it into my journal. So I tucked it into the paper bag and it fit really, really nicely, and I just left one of the folds over the outside of the bag so that you could see it. And then I went ahead and I already had these ripped out from a napkin from something else I was making previously, had some scraps of it. So I am just gonna decoupage them onto the page as well. So I'm just using some PVA glue, and I've got a little dish of water just to water it down a little bit as I go. And I'm not being extra careful, I'm not trying to make it look absolutely perfect. It's a little bit wrinkled, it's a little bit messy, but I just wanted the pattern on my page, something a little bit extra to look at and kind of make it like a bit of a collagey page, so I wasn't overly fussed about making it look perfect. And then I have this little bit of ribbon which was from some Happy Mail as well, and I wanted to include it on my page, so I took my crocodile and I punched out 2 holes in my page, and then I pulled out 2 eyelets, and I used my eyelet setter to set those into the page. And this is how I'm going to keep some of that ribbon in my journal. I'm just going to thread it through those 2 eyelets and tie it together. So really simple and easy way to keep a little memory of that package that I got. And yeah, it looks quite pretty at the end as well. So just thread it through and then tie it off. It is a little bit bulky, but my journal's starting to get to the point where it's going to be bulky no matter what I do in it anyway. And I am I'd say I'm more than halfway through finished. So I don't think I'll be in this journal for very much longer. This is some more tissue paper from some Happy Mail as well, so I wanted to stick this to the page. It's kind of a little bit of a theme happening with the Happy Mail, so I just used my PVA glue. I already had it out and stuck that down onto the page as well, and it did rip a little bit by accident, but again, it doesn't matter. I'm not trying to make it look perfect or anything like that. I'm just keeping a piece of it for the sake of keeping the memory. Next, I'm pulling out my clear folder full of journal cards and stuff, and I'm just going through and seeing if I have anything that I want to use. I end up pulling out a few things. I wasn't exactly sure what I was going to do. Had some photos beside me that they kind of needed to go somewhere, so I wanted to put them into my journal. They were just left over from something else, so I'm just kind of fiddling around with a card to put the photo on top of. And I toss up between these 3 cards, and I end up choosing the one with the black border. I felt like it just really complemented the purple flowers. For some reason, I don't often use dark colours in my journal, and so I don't know, it just felt like if I didn't use it on this page, I may not use it on any other pages because it's so contrasting, but it just seemed to work. So I stuck the photo on the back of that, and then I'm just going through my display book. This is from Officeworks in Australia. I get a lot of questions about this folder. It's just an A5 clear folder where I keep my journaling goodies like notepaper and stuff. And I pulled out some of my vintage linens printables that I have in my Etsy shop, and just tried to narrow down which one I was going to use. This one is one that I drew, and I'm using it kind of like in place of washi tape when you would stick in your tip-ins, so just I'm using it as like the hinge. And I'm using PVA glue this time because I already had it out and my glue stick is pretty much empty, so I'm just using the PVA glue on this page. And so I use that as the hinge on one side. Added a little bit of tape. I love this tape, it's one of my favourite floral prints. And then a little bit of wide tape on the back side just to reinforce it. I'm just pulling out, this is a business card from some vintage baby clothes that I bought, and it was the cutest card. It had a deer on it, and I decided to punch out 2 circles in the card itself. My punch is really blunt, so it doesn't cut very well, but I cut the holes out just to make it a pocket that has like little peepee holes so you can see what's tucked in there. And then, like I said, I had some photos left over, some older photos left over that I wanted to put into something, so I just trimmed the photo down so that it would slip into the pocket. And then I'm going back into my plastic folder and pulling out a journal card to back the photo onto. And then once I back the photo onto that, I just trim down the sides of the journal card so that it also slips in and out of that pocket really easily. Next, I'm pulling out that journaling, it's not really a journaling card, it's like an invitation card that I was gifted. Pulling that out of the paper bag so that I can make use of that space. And again, going into my vintage linens printables and choosing one. I knew I had some square ones that would fit, and this one fit really nicely, so I just attached it with double-sided tape on the inside of that card, and it looks so pretty. That's one of my favorite printables, I think. And then I just went ahead and added some journaling directly on top of the printable. I really like the way that it looks just to write straight on top of them. Tucked it back into the paper bag, which has kind of become blended into the page. You can't really tell that it's there, but it gives me like a hidden tuck spot along the top of the page. And then I'm going ahead and adding a tiny bit of journaling to the journal card, and I think that's all that I do for this page. So that's it for this episode and all I did for this page. Super quick and easy, just stuck the memories down and got it done. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and if you have any questions, as always, just leave them in the comments below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.